Hello YouTube, Jeremy Martin 72 here, and I am going to show you how to automate through IFTTT.com, which stands for if this then that. Yes, you log your services into this system, and then you create what they call applets. That if this happens, then it triggers this. If this, then that. So if you don't have an account already, you're going to want to go to IFTTT.com and go ahead and get your account hooked up and verified and all that other stuff. And when you do, you can unpause this video, and we're going to go right up to the avatar here in the corner. And we're going to go right into your settings. Account settings, that is. And starting from top left to bottom right, we're going to go with the profile avatar, which you can upload from your computer or your phone. Or in this situation, I use add a profile service. And I have my avatar hooked streaming from my Facebook account. Makes it a lot easier for me. You're going to want to put in your username and your password, which you are not going to see from me. Your email is good. Time zone is very important because some of these triggers and applets require your time zone, the time, and all that other stuff. I mean, not just the time, but also the time zone that you're in. And also, you get a choice on how you want your home screen to look. In this situation, I have my already created applets, but you can also have it to where it opens up with your list of services that you have connected to IFTT. Also, you can use quick linked to, you can just click right on the Google button and it'll open up your account for you or your Facebook. And even if you don't do that, if you go in and hook up Google to your services and Facebook to your services, it's automatically going to show up here as linked accounts that you can use to open up this site. So don't freak out about that. This site's a pretty good site. Anybody who is following me knows that I am all about internet security and trying to keep your accounts from getting phished and hacked into. And they even got Smish out there now, SMS, where they try to phish you through your text messages on your phone. You should very much enable two-step verification. It also allows you to export your data with a machine-readable format. It gives you URL shortening ability, and that does come in handy. And that also gives you all kinds of email communications. And since I run a how-to channel, of course, I want everything. I want to know what's going on. And as soon as I find something new, I am going to try and upload a new video to you. And as always, if you change anything, you want to hit update and don't hit delete your account unless you really mean it. All right, and we're going to go right back up to the avatar again. And I'm not going to show you my activity because that's personal stuff. And that's another reason why you need to enable two-factor authorization. Because there's going to be a lot of sensitive stuff on this website. Or Android application. Because you can get this as an app in Google Play Store. Let me show you. My applets are now set as my home page. And you saw that when we first got here. All right. And as you can tell, I have personally made quite a few of my own applets. And of course, I like going straight to the source. And I always say, if you're going to be security aware and you want something like some kind of application or something, you really want to go right to the source. You want to go right to Google, right to IFTT, right to Instagram, instead of say Johnny51378 or some person or some account you ain't never heard of before. But it's up to you. It's what kind of risk factor you want to put into it. Let's see. My services. Now this is, I'm going to show you how to hook all your services up. But it's nice. They give you a nice user-friendly drop down on all the services in alphabetical order. And as you could tell, I got a lot of services, but you know, that's because I'm Jeremy Martin 72 doing a how-to channel on YouTube, so I am going to be connected to everything, and my email is all slam full of all kinds of new stuff coming from these services. And I'm not going to bore you on that anymore. Of course, it's got the usual help button and your sign out button. So we're going to, for you to start making your own applets and hooking up your services to your account, you are going to want to go to Create. Now, that is not the only place you can do this. You can go from your home. You can go to Search, and you can type in what you want. Facebook. And it will pull up already pre-made applets from Facebook, from Dropbox, and all that other stuff. And one of the easiest ways to go ahead and link stuff up to your services is to just go ahead and click on one of these that you like. Say you like backup photos you're tagged in on Facebook to an iOS Photos album. Well, you go ahead and click that, and if you look down in the bottom right-hand corner, it shows you the two services that you are going to have to connect to be able to trigger this applet as a whole. So when you click on this, it's going to prompt you, if you haven't already hooked it up, it's going to prompt you to give it access to your Facebook account, and then it's going to prompt you to give it access to your iOS Photos album. Also, in the bottom left-hand corner, it shows how many people have downloaded the applet, and just underneath the definition of it right here, this shows who actually made the applet, and this one is directly to the source through Facebook. Now, if you look over on this side, this is what I was talking about earlier, where I personally, I don't care too much for downloading stuff from places and people that I don't know a single thing about. That's my personal choice because I'm very, very security aware. But just because of that, it doesn't mean that this is not going to work. So, and also, you know, let's look at this one right here where it says this is made by Dropbox here. And if you click on this, and if you don't already have Dropbox and Facebook hooked up, you're going to already get prompted for all that stuff. All right. And of course, you know, it gives you two, you got your connections and you got your services here. And these are different kinds of services you can already go ahead and click on and get lined up and linked up with. But I'm going to go back up here into the avatar, and we're going to hit the Create button. All right, it says here, if this, then that. Okay, and this thing is, at first it kind of threw me because I was like, man, it can't be that user-friendly. But yes, it is very user-friendly. Well, you want to hit on the Create button, and you're going to push on this plus button, right? And this is your trigger button right here. So you're going to hit that, and you're going to want to choose a service. And they have got all kinds of services here. Adobe, ACLU, Adafruit, Airtable, Amazon Alexa, Android stuff specifically, and it don't matter whether that's Samsung or Pixel or whatever. If it's Android based, it will work with your trigger. Apple App Store, Asus router. You're going to see a lot of smart home place systems in here, as well as internet systems, routers. You'll find some security stuff. As you can tell, and also, you know, if you're into like diseases and you're into biology or whatnot, they're gonna have all kinds of little things here. Like if they come out with a new published paper or something like that, you get prompted through an SMS message or however you got it set up. Date and time. They got some generic stuff like date and time. eBay, Dropbox. a generic email, Evernote, Facebook, not just Facebook, but also Facebook pages, so you can animate whenever somebody, say somebody joins your Facebook page, you can have it set up where they're sent an email to welcome them. And you know, GE, Google Calendar, lots of Google stuffs here. You also got GitHub, Google Assistant, Google Calendar, Contacts, Google Docs, Drives, Google Sheet, but these will not work if you are a member of the Advanced Protection Program for Google, but these will. The Assistant, the Calendar, and Contact will. And I don't have Google Wi-Fi, so I can't tell you anything on that. But on and on and on. They got a whole bunch of services you can click on, so you're going to click on one of those services. All right, so let's try something. Let's try and build something here. Let's go with let's go with the Google. CDEFG. Googly Google. All right, let's see. I want something to go to my Google Calendar. All right, so I'm going to hit my Google Calendar, and it's going to say Step 2 of 6. Step 1 of 6 is to hook your Google Calendar up to the triggers. I've already hooked my Google Calendar up to it, so now I get to choose triggers. New event happened, and you can go right through, and it shows you very detailed, very simple how you want to do it. Trigger fires every time a new event is added to the calendar. Let's do that. All right, which calendar? And it's going to ask you to pick which calendar, and I'm going to do home calendar. All right. So now my trigger is set. The trigger is when a new event is added to my calendar. And now I go to the other plus button. That was the then button. Now we're going to the that button. The that. And when the new trigger happens on my calendar, let's say that I want to have it email me. And we'll go to the email button. And as you can tell, I've already got several steps ahead because I've already hooked up all my email stuff and all that other stuff. And it will say, send me an email. All right, so we're going to click on that. And it's going to show you, this is very simple ingredients right here. Title will be the title of the invite. And then these are words that you can type in however you want it to be. So if you don't want it to say starts, you can have it say calendar invite. Right, and also you can hit on this add ingredients to see what other kind of ingredients you got, and they give you all kinds of stuff, and all you have to do is just touch on it, right? So I got starts right there, so and I can sit there and put in my own typing. So starts and then I'm going to hit ends. So there you go. Now it's going to show it whatever title they give me in the calendar is going to show up here. And then my personal way I want it to come to me, it'll be like, say, this is a meeting. So it would say meeting, and then it'll show calendar invite, and then it's going to have all the start information. And then it's going to have my and written in there and all the end information on there. And, you know, you can keep on adding. You know, I could put the description in there and where and all that other stuff. And then they give you the code here. So if you're all in the code and stuff, it makes it a lot easier for you to how you want it to show as far as, you know, the the formatting. Yes, thank you. The formatting. You know, that's one of the big things for it. And then, you know, when you're done and you think you got it, you know, don't feel like when you click the create action button, that's it, and you can never go back into it again. It's going to have, each one of your applets is going to have a gear symbol on it. And you can go in and edit what you want. Now, you can receive notifications when this applet runs, and what it'll do is in your phone, it'll have a push notification telling you that this applet is running. And there you have it right there. We just made our first applet. And they give you a very basic description of what this applet does. What it's connected to, so it's going to be calendar to email, and it also has the email address where it's supposed to go to, and it has who made it. In this situation, yours truly, Jeremy Martin 72. If any new event added on home, which is the calendar, then send me an email at jeremypatrickmartin@gmails.com. And every now and then it gives you little suggestions here. And here, right here, it says it's already connected as soon as you start it, right? Now, if this thing is getting buggy or getting on your nerves and you're not really sure about it, or you got a busy work day and you don't really want this thing to be constantly bugging you all during the day, you just hit this button right there and you disconnect it. Right there. So just as simple as that. And it will stop working and stop bugging you. Also, sometimes this stuff doesn't set very well. I mean, 9 times out of 10, IFTTT works exactly how it says it works. But sometimes it don't work. And I found that usually when it gets buggy is when I have the location service set into it. So like if you got a location setting, like every time you leave this location, it will put a login to your calendar saying the date and the time and the location and all that other stuff. If you lose service on your phone, it'll say that you left the location. So yeah, sometimes these things can get a little buggy. Now, like I said, you got the settings button up here. You can go on right up into the settings, if it'll open. There it goes. All right, and you can edit your title. I said tile. All right, we're going to click on that, and we're going to completely erase it. And I'm going to keep it simple. Email me new home calendar invites. And you get a total, it's 140, your usual SMS limit on text. And it's going to walk you through all of the ingredients you had. Okay, so you got your trigger, new event added. This trigger fires every time a new event is added to your Google Calendar, and which calendar. And it allows you to pull up whatever you want. And I got calendars for income. I'll walk you through it if you're patient enough to show. I love having this stuff trigger to my calendars. So I got my Facebook invites on there. I got all of my calls, call in, call out, and missed calls. Every morning I have the weather show up because I run jobs, and if the boss ever asks me why was this day slower than that day, then I can just pull it up and say, yep, there's my weather right there. I also do my sleep log through my Wear OS watch and Sleep as Android phone, and every time I turn it off and I'm done with my sleep, it automatically logs it onto my calendar with all of the biometrics on there, and so on and so forth. And then so this is this, if this, then that. All right, so that is send me an email. This action will send you an HTML-based email. Images and links are supported, which is awesome. And you would be adding your images down here into the body. And we've already walked over the ingredients for this. And I love that you can sit here and go in and get so customized with this, and the fact that you can add images and links however you wish in this. It is most excellent. And of course, when you're done, you got the choice between save, or if you don't like it anymore, you just go ahead and delete it. So we're going to go ahead and save that. Change is saved, and we have the new updated explanation on it, which if we go up to the IFTTT or the home, it should show me my new applet. Email me new home calendar invites by Jeremy Martin 72, which is connected to my calendar and my email services. And I'm going to walk you through. Now, this is some of the stuff that I have made myself, and I've already told you some of it. Log missed calls to Google Calendar. Log call out to Google Calendar. Log call in to Google Calendar. I do that because I do a lot of work with a lot of different customers every day, and I like to have times. I take pictures of the job sites that I'm on so that when I pull up Google Photos, I got a time stamp and a date stamp and a location stamp on that. And then if they want to know who called me or they don't believe that I called them, I can pull up my calendar and see it on that day. Well, when did they call me? It was January 20th. Boop, pull up January 20th. I don't see your phone number up here. That way you don't have to go digging through your phone trying to find who called when and where, because the phone log can get kind of aggravating. By doing this, I've made my phone log broken up as for date. I sync my new Instagrams to my Pinterest board. I get a weekly email digest of new services published on IFTTT. Automatically share your new videos to a Facebook page. I love this thing, and I'm going to be doing a lot more of this. I want it to where when I upload this how-to video, all of my social media services automatically get it, and I don't have to go through and individually update all of my social media. Every day at 6 a.m., add today's weather report to your calendar. And that's it. Go have fun with it. I love this program. When it first came out and I tried it out, I wasn't really too thrilled with it, but I mean, that's when it first came out. Time has gone by, and this app has really come of age, and it's really worth me spending a little bit of time to show you and walk you through it. Yes, it really is that user-friendly. My brothers and sisters, look out for number 1, but don't step on number 2. Be security aware. You know, if somebody breaks into this, you definitely want to have two-factor set up so that nobody can fish their way into your applets. Because you can imagine how much chaos they can create by doing all kinds of different applets. And be security aware and Google on.